question comes, should you really hate a rival? I mean, it's such a mean, nasty word. But in the case of clean, old-fashioned hate, there's really no other choice. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So Georgia Tech's offense will go on the attack first. If you just can't get enough football, well, Georgia Tech was the one for you last year. Between the hedges, they went 8 overtimes before the Dogs finally prevailed. So are you guys ready to go another 8 extra rounds this time?
Absolutely not. I got a plan to catch. But I tell you what, it was one of the most exciting games in all of college football. And Tech with the huge lead early, all the momentum swings, and Palmer obviously in the booth was pretty solid too.
It was one of those games, David, you just hated that somebody had to lose. And I think back to Haynes King at quarterback for Georgia Tech, throwing for over 300 yards.
Turning it on! Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Under fire. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And he'll be brought down.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's 1st down. And the Yellow Jackets are on the move. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Dyer. Here comes the Heat. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell, they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Snagged in the middle. It's Tuggle. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The Yellow Jackets started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's got it on the run. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulldogs offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the run.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Dogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Got it behind the line. It's Frazier. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Lost one deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch at the 35. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got a little space. He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
With just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He makes the catch, but the official's right on top of it, signaling out of bounds. And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Caught in the backfield, it's Frazier. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. You get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Pressure coming. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jacobs. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. The Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. The throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Powell. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. And the Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. He'll ride his man on the option. Oh, he's got a chance. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. The Rambling Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech was a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fights.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. On the ground, it's Frazier. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Touchdown, Dogs! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Here's the pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Look out, he's got room. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Dyer. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and
down goes the quarterback, but there are penalty flags on the field. Let's see what the call is. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a 1st down. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Makes the grab. It's Humphries. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And the Bulldogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. And guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. Tight end now in motion. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Caught close to the marker. It's Humphries. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Finds a tight end. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you can tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Throws to the tight end. Big guy smells it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And now a chance to pull even as we get late here in the first half. Wants to go up top. Grabbed behind the line. It's Frazier. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Georgia! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Using the quick game.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Using his feet to buy time. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw. It's Dyer. Right down the middle. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Finds his man. It's Butler. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. quarterback to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. To the air on first down. He's going for the big play. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Governor's Cup is on the line, and already the Dogs and Ramblin' Wreck have given us some impressive moments.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Snares it outside. It's Taylor. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. And the Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Never a doubt. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to put it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Caught over the middle. It's Powell. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Yellow Jackets with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
The defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Converts on fourth down. Still going. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
To the air, it's Dyer. Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. The catch in the middle. It's Butler. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Got his man on the right. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And that one will give them the lead. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Good concentration to get that squibber inside the 15. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Offense in an empty set. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Finds a man on the left. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. The short hands, it's Jacobs. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Pocket breaking down. He's going to take off. There he goes. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. This should be the last play of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Dumps it off in the flats. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Georgia sends out the punt team. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Looking for a crease. It's Powell. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Dyer. Oh, they're after him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open.
And the ball's free in the backfield. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And this is one of those where you go, oof, you start to breathe a little deeper on the sidelines. You felt really, really comfortable having the big lead to +2 possessions in the fourth quarter. But now you gave the ball back. You put yourself in a position where you're going to have to earn it a little bit more.
Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Time to take a shot. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's caught, it's Frazier. And he used that patented spin move to pick up a few extra yards. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Taylor. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now? And flashing that on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Caught in the backfield, it's Frazier. And that's good for the completion percentage and bad for the yardage. They lose ground on that one. The snap sets up the throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Big off. What a play by this defense. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Quick release on the RPO. Great reaction by this defense. Immediately on the catch, swarming to the ball. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after third down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now backed up in their own end. It's third and long. He'll pull it down and run. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Touchdown, Bulldogs. The defense takes matters into its own hands. How about this? These guys are going for two.
Defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. It'll be third and long. Quarterback takes a knee. And so the Ramblin' Wreck make it all the way to the finish line.